Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes, yes, yes. At the outset, let me thank Empric Media and the sponsors to have such a wonderful event on this auspicious day. Though nowadays budget days have become a bit insignificant in the sense everything is, we have an announcement throughout the year, so the excitement about the budget actually dies down nowadays. So, and the topic is about, again, a very lengthy topic, next generation future forward finance leadership excellence. Before I actually go into this topic as such, I just wanted to, just a minute. Just wanted to run through our GDP story as such. We are actually moving towards a $5 trillion economy maybe in 1 or 2 years. And our power sector is also doing very well. We are almost reached 250,000 megawatt, and a lot of renewable energy is into place as far as India is concerned, close to 30%. And our GST collections are also on a high, close to 1,70,000 crore as such. And what has actually given us the advantage as far as India is concerned is the huge digitalization which has happened in India, wherein more than close to 40 crore or 36 crore transactions happen per day, and where the cash element is being eliminated so that your GST as well as your direct tax, all the leakages are being arrested. So that's a very significant development as far as India is concerned. And one more thing which is happening in India's favor is going to be the presence of so many unicorns in this country, and number of startups are exceeding 1 lakh as such. Though the success rate of startups is something to be debated as such, because hardly 99%, 1% of the startups actually survive, and even the startups which have survived actually have the unicorns are struggling actually to be coming into profitability, and you can see it from every day. There is a news. I mean, yesterday there was a news about, I think so, about Paytm or something, which, so all these unicorns are also struggling now, but ultimately cash is going to be the king as far as the any company is concerned as such. You cannot survive without cash for long, and that's going to be a challenge for us as such. And this is talking about the Indian demographics, wherein we have a huge advantage. In fact, even ahead of China, where the working class group are going to be close to 30 crores from next year onwards. Where the challenge, what do you think is going to be the challenge given this huge demographics for this country? What is going to be the challenge, because we are having a huge employment? It's going to be the employment generation potential is going to be a huge challenge as far as India is concerned, because on one side you have so much of potential to employ so many people, but India, you have the problem of employability, disguised unemployment. And if you see even as far as the technical study or engineering is concerned, what you study and what you work is actually totally different. In fact, my son has just left for Europe. He's been studying in top university in Europe. He was just mentioning how the curriculum, everything is exactly what he's going to work. What he's studying is exactly what he's going to work. In fact, the companies which came into the campus didn't ask them questions. They only gave them some Lego puzzle, something like that, and asked them to set it. That is how they try to evaluate these students. So India, actually, we are 20-30 years behind in curriculum and other things, where to match the industry, wherein the student has to go out of the college and work in an industry, is going to be very a far off process as such, which is actually a thing to be addressed by the government as such. And the other thing is that there is a lot of comfort as far as the millennial is concerned for India, and where it can be an advantage as well as a disadvantage. I just keep telling the next generation, you have a lot of options. Next generation, our kids are going to have a lot of options, whereas we didn't have much option, where we had to only go to a job, or hardly, unless you have a family business, you couldn't go into this thing of starting a business. But But in the last 10 years, we made significant improvement as far as the road sector is concerned. Close to 40 kilometers of roads has been put. And you would also see a lot of compliances which is taking place as far as the GST, as far as the lot of revenue is coming into the government so that you can focus on development activities. And the digitalization like Aadhaar card, etc. has just tremendously boosted our ease of doing business as far as I'm concerned. And a lot of things have been eased as far as India is concerned to do facilitate the ease of doing business. I'd already mentioned about how our the share of the digital payments is something like 36 crores a day, and despite all the hype what India is doing, our share in global trade is now only going to some 4 or 5% as such. Okay, now tell me what is the greatest challenge which this country has addressed in the last 2-3 years? Everyone knows. The companies, what was the challenge for all the companies in the last 2-3 years? The biggest challenge was obviously COVID. In the sense, maybe bigger companies could survive due to their infrastructure, potential, etc. But a lot of small and medium companies are actually closed down or scaled down, and a lot of employment has been lost. Though we could come out of this challenge, but this has now thrown up a challenge to all the companies in India as such, where you need to have a vision. I just remember when I joined. I can name that company also. When I joined GMR, and I think in 1998, that was their first power plant, and their group chairman, Mr. GM Rao, just used to tell me, my vision is to build airports for this country. This was as far back in 1998, he had the vision to build airports. So now all that is happening. So that sort of vision needs to be there for the entrepreneurs so that they can take care of the challenges which is addressing this country, like your COVID or in fact even the implementation of GST was a challenge. And you had demonetization, and you had COVID, external factors like COVID, and now all this trade is being disrupted by this ships which are being attacked by the Houthis, etc. So logistics is becoming a problem now. So every day there is going to be a problem to be addressed by the CFO and by the company as such. And CFOs have a very key role as far as going into the future, addressing the existing market, who are the competitors, how to survive. In fact, I can give you an example about the print media, something like the newspaper. How many people read the newspaper every day? Can you put up your hand? Only Manoj? At least not everyone. Huh? See, because this is, I think after 10 years, no one is actually going to go for the physical newspaper as such. So this is one sort of, I'm just giving a small example of disruption which is actually happening in each and every industry. See, if one is not able to go have a vision and stay ahead for the future, it will become outdated. The business has to ultimately get closed. That is why all these media are now coming into digital, so many things, YouTube channels, this channel, that channel, headlines today, India Today. In fact, we were all eagerly awaiting for the issue of India Today when it used to get published some 10 years back. But nowadays, just people see the TV channels. And how many people have bought India Today in the last 1 month or so? Yes, at least one. So, but personally what I feel is that there is nothing like reading. Reading is the thing which is going to take you a step ahead, and the process of learning starts with reading. So, though due to this YouTube channels and other social media, we just get diverted and all this, but still nothing like reading, which is going to take you to the next level. And the other A challenge which the CFO needs to face is regarding cost optimization. Obviously, this kind of, in fact, in this year, even technology companies have laid off a lot of people, I heard. And even those companies which come into premier institutes have given the letter of offer, but they have not given the job to onboard into, even from IITs, I heard that is the status now. People are just thinking about taking new recruits, and that is getting delayed. That is one more challenge. I just thought, since I'm from the energy sector, I just put some views about the energy sector. It's a highly regulated sector wherein unless we have some sort of vision, you cannot survive in the sector. And now it is a thing of consolidation. Instead of some 20-30 companies, there is going to be hardly 3 or 4 companies. And how many people know about offshore wind? Could I raise your hand? Yes. Tell me, sir. What is new about this offshore wind? Can someone give us your name, sir? Kishore.
Hello.
Natural wind which flows because of the mathematic science or the water. More particularly when it is infinite into long space. This natural wind will be more powerful than the wind on the shore. Capturing the wind on the mathematic level will give you more power, and the cost of production per unit will be far lower. And also, that wouldn't disturb the tracts what you will otherwise occupy if you have to set up onshore.
Okay, but
Broadly, that is the
yes, sir. Tell me.
that is also.
Okay. No, but the cost actually will be much more because the cost of setting up an offshore wind is more than 10 or 12 crores a megawatt. So if I put up, in fact, there's a tender coming which we are bidding also. 1000 megawatt is estimated at something like at least 10,000 crores. So if this 10,000 crores has to get, as you said, maybe the variable cost may be less because of the other thing. But the fixed charge, what I have to recover this 10,000 crore or 12,000 crore will take this prices to higher. This is a new thing which is coming into the energy sector in India.
Same as your Tanir Bagi, sir. When you conceived Tanir Bagi long back, so the capex cost was considered very high.
Barge mounted project.
Your own project.
Yes.
But the operating cost, what you suggested, was far lower than the then prevailing cost.
Correct.
It's a different story. Then government we don't support you as promised all those things.
Correct.
So, and the longevity of this project also is very long.
Yes, yes. The Tanir Bhavi tariff, I only did the model. It is 4 cents per kilowatt hour. 4 cents per kilowatt. You are in GM?
No, I was interacting.
Okay, okay. So, why I was telling about offshore wind is that now due to the challenges of evacuation in the power sector, etc. In fact, Tamil Nadu has close to 4,000, 5,000 megawatt of wind, and there is no evacuation facilities. Offshore wind is a good opportunity, but for everything you need a lot of capital, and the technology is also not there as far as India is concerned. So we are just tying up with foreign people. That's why I just brought up this topic. So this is where a challenge is converted into an opportunity as such. This is where. Can someone tell me why is it not possible fully to rely on renewable energy like other countries? Why India is not able to rely 100% on renewable energy? What's the reason? For example, what I'm saying is, I have only solar, I have only wind, I have only hydel. I will not have any thermal power plant or a nuclear power plant. But can I run this country like that? Why it's not possible? Why it's not possible is because that is only an inform power. Wind is only for 4 months in a year, and solar is only for 6 or 8 hours a day or something, and power cannot be stored. Okay, the technology is coming that is very expensive. So we need a lot of firm power in the country, like thermal power demand and etc., coal power plants. So now government has taken a U-turn. So government is not telling yes, you just cannot. The thrust is okay. We also have to have some coal power plants. Last month they issued a circular. Then what do you mean by value creation? How does the value create CFO? What is the? Can anyone tell me? Anyone can tell what you mean by value? For a company, what is the value? Madam, you? You mean the contribution to business? So value ultimately is the difference between your what you spend. For example, this product. For example, there is a mic. What is the cost you are spending on this product, and what is the value you are getting from it? The net incremental value over the cost. You can say that is going to be the value which you give to the. And now, as far as the CFO is concerned, he needs to address different stakeholders like shareholders. My friend Manoj will also agree with me, who are more important now. And of course the government, we have so much of taxes in this country, direct tax, indirect tax. I hope they at least have some concession today, but I don't think that will happen in vote on account. That's going to be, and then how you address the employees and they take care of the CSR, that is the public activities, etc. Though the government has actually had some regulations regarding making CSR mandatory, I don't think it is happening in a big way as far as because nothing can be forced on a company or individual. It has to come by themselves. So that, for example, in adjacent to our power plants, we do a lot for the villages, etc. But it's all voluntary. That doesn't come part of the CSR qualification as such also, because it's very rigid parameters what they have for CSR as such. As far as the shareholder is concerned, since he is the single most highest stakeholder, you need to address his requirements either by a buyback, either by a bonus or by a dividend. So their returns have to be taken care of. The other thing what you wanted me to address is about how do you take decisions to so that the company is able to adapt with resilience and adaptability. And as I was already mentioning about IPC, I think this is one regulation which has actually affected us in a big way as far as the infrastructure and power companies, etc. are concerned, because let me give you an example. As far as an IPC is concerned, you spend 6 years, you spend 6,000 crore to build a 1,000 megawatt power plant, and you sell to TNB and other governments. And TNB, say Maharashtra, they don't pay you on time. So what happens? You default to the institutions. The institutions take you to IPC. Finally, the company, everything gets closed. And what is the amount of realization you get? Hardly, not even 20% or 10% is the realization out of IPC. So I feel as far as India is concerned, this IPC is going in a different direction, and we have just taken these regulations from foreign countries. And for as far as India is concerned, it is closing down existing assets also. Where it works is somewhere where the asset is in place, like what you do for a steel company. The asset is in place, someone is going to buy it and run it, it runs. I always keep telling in different forums, you may have different promoters, but ultimately the company is a baby farmer. It is his baby. If you give the baby to the mother, ultimately it will flourish. But if you're going to go and give it to a IBC person and all this, I feel it's going to be an issue. So resilience, I've already mentioned about resilience to you. Adaptability is what I was just mentioning about how in airlines and hotel room, etc., where the amount of money what an airlines gets from beverages and etc., where they tend to flourish, higher room rents, sustainability in the long run, which is also very important. And strategy, I was just already explained about the print media strategy. The other thing is innovation, which is needed for any CFO or for any organization. With this, I think I will thank this August audience. Thank you.